Everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 most expensive cards in Magic the Gathering Foundations. These are the cards that you are praying you open up when you open up your first packs. And so without further ado, let's jump into it. The 5th most expensive card in Magic the Gathering Foundations, with a market price of $38.99 as of me recording this video, Herald of Eternal Dawn, which is a 7-mana 6/6 with flash and flying, with the classic text line, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. I think it's a really cool card, especially having this effect alongside flash. Now, this doesn't mean like this happens forever. You just kill this creature and then state-based actions can just like win or lose the game for you. But it seems kind of cool, maybe in a ramp deck or in a reanimator deck, being able to flash this in at instant speed right before you're about to die, take a whole bunch of damage, and then just like untap and jam back and win. Especially when your opponent's like sees lethal, often they might not play around this card or something like that. And so having this effect creates like interesting decision trees, especially if it ends up being played. The 4th most expensive card in Magic the Gathering Foundations, with a market price of $40, is the Borderless Omenence. This is a reprint. It is a 10 mana enchantment. You may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. This is played in a bunch of different formats, and I think this is just expensive, even though it's been reprinted, because it's a pretty cool art. The art is very, very, very pretty, especially it being borderless. People like prettying out their Eternal decks, whether it be Lotus Field in Pioneer, or, you know, different Legacy and Vintage decks and whatnot. Omenence is just a really good card. Often is cheated onto the battlefield, like with a show and tell or something, or ramping or having a ton of mana through Lotus Field. And then they just play big dumb idiots from their hand and win the game. The 3rd most expensive card as of filming this video in Magic the Gathering Foundations, with a market price of $45, is Shandra, Flameshaper, the borderless version. Now this is a 7-mana planeswalker, starts at 6 loyalty. Its +2 is add 3 red, exile the top 3 cards of your library, choose one. You may play that card this turn. Its +1 is create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has haste, and at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this token. And its -4, which you can do immediately, mind you, because it starts at 6 loyalty, is Shandra deals 8 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. I don't see this card being played in Eternal formats, but this is a really, really good finisher for red-based control decks or ramp decks with red in it, because it gets card advantage, it can end the game very, very quickly, and can sort of wipe the board with its -4. And so Shandra Flameshaper, I think likely going to be a staple in Standard. The 2nd most expensive card as of filming this video in Magic the Gathering Foundations is Twin Flame Tyrant, which is the market price of $48.66. Now, it's the borderless version, mind you. So it's 5 mana, 3/5 with flying. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead. Now, it's a reasonably classic text line. It's a big old dragon. Commander players love big old dragons. It could be a finisher in like go big red decks in Standard, but I think most of the reason this is such a high price is because of Commander, to be totally honest with you. But the most expensive card coming out of Magic the Gathering Foundations is Bloodthirsty Conqueror, with his market price currently being $49.49. Now, this is a 5-mana 5/5 Vampire Knight with Flying Death Touch. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Again, I don't see this being played in Eternal formats, but seems really decent in Commander, and also could be a decent top end for aggressive black, like aggro decks or mid-range decks that are dealing a bunch of damage or draining or whatever, which is a pretty cool card. So these are the cards that you are hoping to open up in Magic the Gathering Foundations. And if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, maybe even do more cards, my brain just farted. Like and subscribe. Check me out on social media. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.